Good morning, everybody. I'm going to talk about power today, but I don't think I'm going to talk about the power that media has over us. I check the New York Times newsletter every morning, and I signed up for NPR as well, and I have a CNN. It's all bad news. It really is all bad news, and it's very hard to wrap your heart around anything that is that's like that. But I do try, and I think it behooves us to understand where power is coming into our lives in ways that we may not notice its negativity. We may not notice. We just want to know what's going on. Yeah, we want to know what's going on. So when I picked this topic, it didn't take me long to say, oh, I wish I hadn't chosen that topic. But you know, I always choose a topic that challenges me. And it's true that I think being challenged is part of the power of the world that keeps me going, that keeps my mind going, that keeps my body going, that keeps me rising, my spirit, in spirit. It keeps me rising to the occasion. And of course, I choose all of these occasions. and sometimes I don't think I want to, but truly, I do want to. I totally want to. So I found a poem by Marianne Williamson, and I read this book by Gary Zukav. I really like his style. It's kind of slow. It's kind of easy. His writing is easy to understand. Why not? Why not? Talking about hard things, make it easy, if possible. So in his book, he's talking about creating authentic power. And so far we've heard a lot about power. And I really enjoyed the music, and I really enjoyed what you had to say, Anna. It's just wonderful. So Gary Zukav says, creating authentic power is a process. Each time you choose harmony, cooperation, sharing, and reverence for life, you challenge parts of yourself that want other things. There are parts of yourself that are angry, sad, jealous, and frightened. And the more you challenge them, the less power they have over you, and the more power you have over them. Eventually, their power over you disappears. And I really believe that is so. But it may take a lifetime. And that's why we have to repeat ourselves so often. I feel like I repeat myself every time I'm up here, and I think, well, you know, I guess I must need it. And there's part of me that figures if I need it, well, maybe you need it too. Maybe you need the reminder. So, Marianne Williamson's poem. This poem, most of us learned of this poem is quoted by Nelson Mandela from his inauguration speech as the first black leader of South Africa. Our greatest fear. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us. It is in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I just have found this to be so true. I found this to be true. So I've been working on this idea of power for years. I'm afraid of power, of course, like most of us. We are using our power for good, but as our awareness grows of how powerful we actually are, we can do more good. We can do more good. We can bring more peace, and we can be more confident than we ever have before. If you want confidence, find a way to get up here. It just takes, I've been doing this for 20 years. It takes some time for some of us who grew up in a dysfunctional family or just very shy, like I did. So how did we get to this place of denial of power? Well, partly it's our family and the way we grew up. But I believe it's the way we've been taught Christianity. In order for the church, and any church, but I think of the Catholic Church because that's how I was raised, and their hierarchy of priests, in order for them to have power, they taught us to believe that we were sinners. And we were lowly sinners, and we were unworthy and undeserving. So it was quite an eye-opener for me when I came upon Science of Mind 40 years ago, and began to learn that I was beautiful, and I was remarkable, and I was inspiring, and I was brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. Who am I not to be, and who are you not to be? All those things. You are a child of God, and I am a child of God. But we grew up thinking our minister or our priest was the only one who could talk to God for us. Well, now we know that's totally different, totally bunk. We have power, and we have to realize we have power. And so we want to, like Gary Zukov says, we want to cultivate power that is authentic, power that is truly of our deepest yearning is to love. And as we let go of all the things that keep love away from us, we open to it. We open to it. It comes in. It fills us. It fills us. So we have power, and at the same time, we have to be willing to surrender to power when it's appropriate. I did not have any health insurance until, except at one point I did. But after Alex was born, I had no health insurance until I reached 65 and had Medicare. And I don't necessarily recommend that, but I believed that knowing I didn't have any insurance helped to keep me focused on trying to be healthy. But when I was diagnosed with cancer, I said, I am going to surrender to the doctors who know more than I do. I mean, I thought that what I was doing just totally kept cancer away from me, in the distance, not a problem, ever. But I was wrong. I admit I was wrong, and I did surrender. And as a team, we got rid of the cancer, and I'm still here. Yeah. So there are times when we truly do hand our power over temporarily. From the poem, your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so other people won't feel insecure around you. But we do that sometimes, don't we? We do that. I know I do that. And we are strong. We're very strong. We're very resilient. We are remarkable. We are remarkable. So there's a few things I suggest that we think about as we're understanding the power that we do have and the choices that we can make. And with this idea, we use our awareness just to be aware, not to judge ourselves for, oh, I gave up my power to that person, I feel terrible, I didn't get what I wanted when I went to get my car fixed, or whatever situation it is. I didn't get what I wanted. And be aware when we're giving it up, being aware when we're overdoing it, be aware when we're judging someone. We can't look at the news, we can't read or listen to the news without this extraordinary judgment. The world thinks that it can't live without judgment, that there's something that is the structure of our society that is created with judgment. Because as we judge, we are separating ourselves from everyone else. And because we are each in a different body, we forget that we are one. We forget that we're similar. We forget that we're joined and that we can join and that we do live and love with this joining. So power is about our choice of our thoughts. What are we thinking? Are we aware of our thoughts? We wake up grumpy, you know? It's easy to wake up grumpy. It's easy to wake up and just, but I used to wake up with a lot of aches and pains, and I don't so much anymore, but I wake up not remembering who I am. I wake up remembering, thinking I'm a body. And it takes some conscious effort to say, I can remember who I am. I can remember who I am today. I can remember who I was yesterday. And I can remember, in order to move into this greater opening that I am allowing in my life, I'm practicing more kindness to myself. So one of the things I'm compelled to do is clean up the house, throw away. I'm thinking of moving. It's a big house. My husband died in June. There's a lot of junk, and I realize that I'm feeling compelled to clean up all of my junk too. But what the message I get from my cancer support group: progress, not perfection. So I'm not waking up in the morning and looking around the house and thinking, "Oh, good grief, this is a mess." I've stopped doing that, and I make sure I have some flowers in the house all the time. And sometimes they're from my garden, and lots of times I just go buy flowers. It's not very expensive, and it's important. It's about our spiritual power too. And Marianne Williamson, in her work with the Course in Miracles, talks a lot about that. So I suggest that we open our hearts. So that's one of the ways that I think of as powerful, and choosing to challenge ourselves in whatever way. So some ways that I try to open my heart is to things I don't like. So I love many kinds of music, but I don't like jazz. It's too chaotic for me. Some jazz, yes, true, that's true. I could start then by looking for some positive things about it. It's music, sort of. I love music. Everything about it has an amazing story to tell. A story to tell about the people, about where it comes from, about why, about the expression. And I love stories. I don't like the way the mail person leaves my mailbox open. But I do get mail 6 times a week. I love getting mail, and I do, sometimes it's wet, but but not always. I don't love the fact that it's getting cold and the mice will be coming into the house. I have 4 cats, and they don't eat mice. Now, there's one that will bring a headless rabbit to the sidewalk in front of the door. You know, a tiny rabbit. But the mice are different. I mean, the mice are right there. So I look forward. I choose to open my heart in some way to the mice. And I know there are electrical deterrents, and I'm searching Vermont Country Store for the proper mouse deterrent. So another way to open one's heart: a few days before Larry died, I knew, but we didn't say anything to each other about death, which was very disappointing to me because I love to talk about death. I decided that I was going to make every day as meaningful as possible, every moment as meaningful as possible, no matter what it looked like. And that's a challenge if you just don't know all of what's going on and all of what's happening. You just don't know. But I treasure that time that I had with Larry. I don't know if he treasures it. I hope he does. But I treasure that time because I was able to, within myself, to not resist what was going on, what changes were happening. And I knew I would be able to clean up the house later. Horrible. No, no, it's not. But, so I want to read, let's see. I want to read something as I finish up here. We have choices. We just have every day we have a new choice. And let's try to make that choice positive. Let's use our awareness and then make the change that's necessary in our mind and heart. So he talks about the soul. Souls reach out for one another like the grass reaches for the sky, and the sky reaches back for the grass. All of nature does this, if you look for it. Flowers reach for the sun, and the sun reaches back to the flowers. The shore reaches for the sea, and the sea reaches for the shore. Souls do not come together in order to get things done, like make money, raise a family, or create a business. They come together because it is their nature. They delight in each other. They give one another the opportunities that each of them requires in order to reach his or her fullest potential. As you become aware of yourself as a soul, people become more interesting to you. You like being with them, and you like getting to know them, and you like them getting to know you. When you see yourself as a soul, and you see other people as souls, it always happens like that. This doesn't mean that you tell everyone everything about you all the time. It means you are open to others and appreciate them. And might I add, you're able to listen to them. You become able to listen to them. The shore and the sea are always combining in new ways. Even if you watch them every day of your life, not one of their moments together would be like any other. That is the way it is with souls, too. No two of their moments together are the same. They delight in their endless creativity. As we become aware of ourselves as souls, we do the same thing. We delight in the creativity. And now it's your turn. And Della will. Thank you.